My people, let's make green leaf vegetable stew. Personally, this is my first time of making this stew, and just because it turned out so well and so good, I decided to share the recipe with you. And so I wanted you all to just follow me on how I did this. Okay, so I'm going to start with washing my protein. Okay, you may use any protein of your choice. I decided to go in with cow feet and some other protein, but I started washing it with hot water and some cold water. After which I added in some blended ginger and garlic mix, and then some salt and some water. I'm going to put this on fire to boil. And while that is going on, I'm going to go ahead and pluck my leaf from the stem. Okay, this leaf is looking so beautiful. It's my first time of using it. Okay, so halfway through the meat was cooked, I added it on snail, and then I went in to wash my leaf and then also went to chop it in. Okay, so because I wanted the leaf chopped into smaller pieces, after chopping this way I again chop it across board. Okay, so if you want yours to be quite big, you can just leave it this way. So after chopping in, I went ahead to parboil my leaf, and by so doing I added in some hot water, and after which I strained it and then went ahead to also wash it with some cold water to stop it from boiling because I don't want to overcook this. Okay, so I then leave it aside and I went in to chop some onions, then went ahead to start my stew. With my stew, I started by adding some palm oil to my hot saucepan and then added some salted fermented fish as well as some chopped onions. I gave this a good stir, and then when it was quite fried for about a minute, I allowed it and then added in some blended ginger and garlic mix. After which I went in to also add some homemade fresh tomato paste. Okay, just about 3 ladles was okay for me. I gave it a stir and then also went in to add my blended pepper. Okay, so when this was ready, I gave it a good stir and then I covered it up to allow it to fry for some time. Now, when I came back, I just went ahead to then add in some fish seasoning, but before that I gave it a good stir. Okay, so I started by adding some fish powder and then also some shrimp powder. I gave this a good stir, another stir, and I added some homemade seasoning. Okay, I'll just show you how I did this. I just added some shrimp head. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that. I put this up, and when I came back after about 2 minutes or three, I just went in with my protein. Okay, I didn't stir it before adding my protein, but after that I'll also add a stock of the meat to it and then give this a gentle stir. Okay, this is to allow the seasoning or the all the flavor in the stew to go into the meat, as we all know. Now I'm going to cover this up and then allow it to boil for some time so they can allow the seasoning go into the meat perfectly like I wanted. I came back after some few minutes, and then when I came back I added some smoked fish to it. Now this was a whole new thing. Like, I was so glad I added this smoked fish to it. It really gave the stew some kind of flavor that I really can explain how it did. But it was so good, and I'm so glad I added this to it. So if you have it, please do not skip that particular part. Okay, make sure to add that fish, that smoked fish to it, especially the smoked one, of course. Now I added in some chopped onions, and then I also added some green leaves, my green leaf, and as well as some pepper to it. Now I don't want to overcook this green leaf, so just after some few minutes, like a minute, just some few minutes, I came back to check it out and I gave it a good stir. I gave this a very good stir until I made sure that all the leaf was incorporated into the stew very well. After which I just added some seasoning cube and some salt. Okay, be sure to always add your seasoning cube before adding your salt, because the seasoning cubes have some components of salt in it. So be sure to add a seasoning cube, give it a taste before you add your salt to it. That's exactly what I did. And after which I just cover it up for just a few minutes. Okay, just some few seconds. I can promise a few seconds, and then voila, my stew was ready. Like, it was so good, and this is my first time, like I told you, and I'm pretty sure this like Nigerian meal, and I'm so glad I tasted it. Now you can pair this with rice, kinky, bangkun, or anything, but I think it's mostly paired with pounded yam, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, it is so good. So in my first time doing pounded yam, also I went ahead to do pounded yam, and by doing pounded yam, just basically like pounding fufu. Okay, I'm going to just cook the peel of the yam and then wash it, cook it till it's soft, and then I put it in my mortar and pestle and then pound it. It turned out so smooth. Like, I was so surprised how the pounded yam turned out. Like, I thought It's only fufu that can turn out that way, but this was also so good. And I just got my pounded yam and my green leaf sauce, my green leaf stew, which was so good. And I urge you all to try. So, are you going to try this recipe? Are you going to just give it a good some try, or you just pass? I urge you to just try it and see. You will thank me later. And so, don't forget to also like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also share it to your friends and loved ones. Please like it so that others can also have the opportunity to um watch this recipe. Okay, so yeah, that's my fufu, or that's my pounded yam and my green leaf with the head. I don't joke with my fish head though. Like, fish head is my this thing. I don't joke with it. So yeah, I hope you can try this recipe, and until we meet again in the next video, stay safe and enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend. Bye.